Friday morning, July 13th, and it is 3 a.m. We have learned that when we are going on a trip, the best thing to do is adjust our sleep schedule to the other country before we go. So even though Nathan has been working this week, we've been going to bed and waking up really early.
Yeah, like 1 extra hour per morning for the past few nights. But now we're on Portugal time.
So we're about to go on a trip to Europe. We're going to start in Portugal and hang out on our own, and then meet up with my sister at the airport and fly with Molly to Spain, where we're meeting up with our friend Caro, who is from Mexico but living in Madrid right now. And she's showing us around Spain, and then the three of us are going to leave her there and go to France to stay with some hosts that we stayed with last time we were there 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it should be a good time. We're really tired. And right now we're about to do a weigh-in because we're going to be eating a lot of delicious food, but we're also going to be doing a lot of walking. So we're wondering if it will pay off.
All right, it's now like 3:07. It's time for our first annual weigh-in. You know, we're going to be eating all sorts of delicious food on the trip, but also doing a little more exercise than we're used to, since we're just going to be walking and hiking everywhere. So we're just curious to see which one wins.
Hopefully hiking.
Yeah, hopefully the hiking, but who cares? Go for it.
119.
My turn. Okay, 144.4. Cool, the next time we see the scales, we'll be back from Europe. Here's the state of our packing right now. Oh, where is it? There it is. Nothing's packed. And then, like, because we're trying to do all this vlogging stuff, we have like a million things that are charging and flashing all night. It's crazy. So, definitely don't really know what we're doing yet. But we're just trying to be prepared for all eventualities. So we'll see how it goes.
To be fair, I've done a little packing.
Oh, look at that. Nice. Great.
No problem, anytime. Anytime you guys want to go to Europe, just let us know.
Great.
Enjoy. Have a great time.
Bye, Don. We're gonna go give you hugs. Do it.
Was on my bag, but luckily I changed it to home.
Where are we going?
Just got through security. Going that way. So we got to the airport 2 hours early and got through security in 15 minutes. So now we have 2 hours to do something. And we're bored, so we're wandering.
Oh, we got to our gate. It probably took us like 5 minutes before we were both like, okay, what's next? What's next?
Yeah, checked into the Wi-Fi, ready to go.
Yeah. So now we're gonna look for like a coffee joint.
Or just play on the flat escalator, which is also fun.
Yeah. Super fun.
Jump.
Woo. Sorry for the convenience. Moving floor is now floor.
Cheers.
Cheers. drinking drink, friends. So we just went to a place. It was like a local North Carolina like wine and beer. We each ordered a drink. They were massive. The reasoning was too sweet for Katie, you know. So
You can probably tell by my expression when we toasted.
Now we're feeling great. So now we're walking to the opposite end of the airport from where we're actually going to board, even though it's like 20 minutes from when we need to board. Katie's in rare form. Say something funny.
Flabbergasted.
Oh, nice. You do realize we're boarding. You do realize we're boarding. Okay, see ya.
Record you both walking on?
Would you like to say a few words?
Hi!
We always touch the plane when we go on for good luck. Go on. What happened, Katie? Why does your elbow hurt?
Elbow in the stall, there's a tray. I hit my elbow. I just flushed with my foot.
Your foot.
Always flush with my foot.
Was it a foot flush?
It's like the button on the wall.
Oh my god. Katie's a disaster. And then everyone else that flushes with their hand touches Katie's
Everyone
foot.
flushes with their foot. That's what I learned. That's why I started flushing with my foot.
Ugh.
You should flush with your
Use toilet paper.
That's a waste of paper. Save the environment.
Oh god. Ugh, women.
When the flight attendant came around asking what we wanted for a snack, she offered snack mix or cookies, and I asked if we could have one of each, and she gave both of us. Thanks, Morgan.
Great. Now we're in Atlanta. Hungry?
Welcome aboard the plane train. Please hold on. The next stop is for Seagate.
We made it off without following midnight.
Yeah, nice. It's true.
Doorway E34.
We're in the plane to Since it's raining outside, our plane is waiting to take off, and so we're gonna start watching Black Panther. They've got a really good movie selection. It's plastic, but it doesn't look plastic.
Welcome to Portugal.
We found our bags next to each other. We just got our rental car.
It took forever to get through the line, but now we're here. And once we got to the car, it was really quick. So we'll be heading out.
We are now in Lisbon and we are driving to Sintra. A couple things from the plane. I had requested vegetarian meals. It turns out that there were options for the regular meals that were vegetarian, but mine were just different and maybe healthier, which is interesting. And I did not get dessert. We went through customs and the guy was so nice.
Yeah.
He joked around with us. We got in line for the car rentals and that took forever. We landed at 7 because our flight was delayed for like an hour. And it's now 10. So.
Wow, it's 10. Gosh.
Took a really long time. We're in a tiny car.
Toyota Aygo, A-Y-G-O.
We slept a lot on the plane, more than I've ever slept on an international flight. I slept for most of it. Not very well, but I slept. And I'm really tired still. Nathan's feeling a little better than I am, maybe?
Maybe. I'm feeling a little tired as well. But I'm managing. I'm excited to be in Portugal.
He's excited to be driving stick shift again.
Yeah.
At first we drove to Quinta Palace, but it was too expensive to go inside, and we'd read that Castle of the Moors is actually better. So here we are, and it's beautiful. I don't regret that decision at all. We haven't even seen much of the castle, but walking to the castle has been fantastic enough.
When we visited France 2 years ago, there were fig trees everywhere, but all of the figs were super green. We just saw our first fig tree in Portugal, but there weren't even any figs on it yet. So hopefully in Provence they'll be ready for it.
Just arrived at our first Airbnb in Carvoeiro, and oh my gosh, it is beautiful.
We're in the lavender room, of course.
Could you ask for a prettier view? And inside we have our own living room, the fridge, a TV that I don't think we're going to use. Bedroom. And a bathroom.
So I just figured out that these open real shutters. Wow. The air is nice and cool. I think we're just gonna leave all the windows open tonight. Also, Carola and Max are wonderful hosts so far. They're super nice. They both gave us hugs right away. They're like, "Welcome, I'm glad you found the place. It's gonna be a good spot."
There was a large period of today that we didn't explain what happened. After we went to the Castle of the Moors, we went to Quinta.
Regaleira. Maybe it's Regaleira.
Something like that.
Famous, it's the only quinta in the area worth seeing.
It's a really large garden.
Yes.
And it has a really pretty well that is all over the internet if you ever look up things to do in Portugal. Very deep. Not what you picture when you think of a well. Bought our tickets. A man stopped us and said that we had to put our tripod in a locker.
Yeah.
I'm glad Nathan understood what was going on because I thought he was saying we had to put our camera away, and I was really upset.
He was also pointing to our backpack. It was crazy.
But the locker cost €1 and we had €2
€2 coins.
50 euro, but
20
not
euro.
€1.
Yeah.
So we had to go back and ask the people we bought the ticket from in the first place if we could have change.
And she was very happy to oblige us.
So by the time we got back to the man who took our tickets, who ripped the ticket stubs off of our receipt,
It was a completely different guy.
who did not believe that we should have access because we only had a receipt
We didn't have tickets.
and not tickets.
Yep. Which I guess we could have picked up off the ground or something. I don't know.
We were getting pretty frustrated at this point because it had been a lot of back and forth. And we were trying to convince him to let us in and showing him that we had just purchased it. And luckily, there was someone else working there who either translated or just told him to be
Let
nice.
us in.
I
yeah,
don't know.
I don't know either.
But we got it without having to pay again. So that was fortunate.
Yeah.
I think it was €6 a person.
Oh, it was 8 for me and 6 for you because you're a teacher.
Yes.
That's kind of a lot of money, but it was the principle of the thing.
So
Totally ignorant.
we got into it and it was beautiful. And while we were taking some videos, I got stung by a bee. It hurt really bad. It was really swollen and red and hot, but luckily it's fine now. But I had the stinger in me. I had to pull it out and the sack was still attached to it. It was not fun. But we found the well. We were taking some cool videos and we wanted to try to rework one of them. So we had made our way down halfway and turned around to go back up to try to take some more and got in trouble because you can only go one way. Basically, we were big troublemakers today.
Yeah, gotta push the boundaries. At the end of the well, I had looked at images online and it looked like it opened up into like a green plaza type thing. But it turns out it's like an algae covered pond and there are stepping stones in it to get across. The whole place is just oozing with weird,
Really
eccentric character.
I wish we'd had time to see more of it.
Yeah, tons of little towers and just fun things.
We had already used up pretty much all of our time at the Castle of the Moors, so we had to go because our Airbnb hosts were expecting us.
3 hours away.
Yes.
In the south of
Algarve
Spain.
coast.
Or Spain. Portugal.
Portugal.
Yeah. And then we drove down to Carvoeiro without real problems or anything. We took a couple wrong turns, but that's pretty typical of us. Luckily there are roundabouts everywhere, so we made heavy use of them to find our way.
We crossed a lot of bridges, saw no water.
They were, I guess, named, but they all started with like Rio or Ru, something that sounded very watery. And we'd always look down and there would be no water. We'll have to look up whatever that word is. I guess it's gonna mean bridge.
When we made it close to town, we went to a grocery store. Most countries we've been to, the grocery stores are very different.
This one was like
But this
very
one is-
Harris Teetery.
Yeah. And we found some giant figs, a bottle of wine, and some bread and cheese for lunch tomorrow, along with a float so that we don't drown if we get a chance to go to the caves, which our host warned us about, so hopefully it will work out. We're also worried it's gonna thunderstorm tomorrow. So yeah.
Gosh, our Airbnb is so nice.
It's like being in a movie. There are 2 other groups of guests. One's a couple on their honeymoon, and we'll meet them at breakfast tomorrow.
Yeah, everybody speaks English, great.
Right now we're walking to dinner. We had a really good time at dinner. We'll update you on it all tomorrow because we need to be quiet right now. We don't want to wake people up. But good night. Oh. Carvoeiro.
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 Carvoeiro.